Remember to take time and smell the basil. You are very special. Please make a comment. It's very, very good. It's pie season. Welcome to Chef Al's Kitchen. It's pie season. Let's do some baking. Okay, the first thing you need for that pie is you're going to need a crust. So we're going to start with the flour. Here's your ingredients: flour, baking powder, salt, shortening, 1 egg, 6 tablespoons of cold water, and 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Now what you want to do is you want to start your dry ingredients first. So we're gonna throw the salt in there, then the baking powder, and the baking powder will lighten that crust up. That's the reason for the baking powder. So we're putting that baking powder in there, and you're gonna mix that all up. And then you want to cut your shortening in there and cut that in with a fork. So we're going to take some of that and put that in there first. Mix this up until it becomes a crumbly mixture. Okay, now that I've got that a crumbly mixture, as you can see, what you're going to want to do is add your wet products. So you're going to add this to that, and then you're going to mix it up. Get your hands all nice and gooey, and then mix that in there until you form 2 balls and it's incorporated. And then we'll roll it out, put it in the refrigerator. Okay, now I've got this dough all mixed real nice. Don't over mix it though. Just make sure it's good and incorporated. I'm going to divide this in 2, one for the bottom and one for the top. And if you need it, you should really get one of these. It's called a dough knife. You can scrape, clean your board with it. They're great. They're a great tool. So cut that in 2 like that, and then take this one, and then what you want to do is flatten that out. Flatten it all out, both of these, and what you're going to do is put them in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Make sure, this is very important, you got to cool these so your dough rolls out nice and you don't have any cracks in your dough. So we're going to put these in, so you can just lift that up with that dough knife, and then making it this thin will make it cool faster. You can stick it in the freezer but don't let it get too cold. And then after it's in the cooler, take it out and let it sit at room temperature for about 15 minutes, and then you're ready to roll it out and fill that pie. And the filling is so easy, you'll never forget it. Okay, while my dough is cooling, I'm going to make the filling for that blackberry pie, and these are Himalayan. I will always pick you. Salute. It's good stuff. You gotta try it. Here's to you. 6 tablespoons, and then mix it in, and 1 cup of sugar to this. Okay, it's time to roll out that crust. I've had this sit in the refrigerator for an hour, and then it's set out for another 15 minutes at room temperature. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. We're going to dust this board with some flour. Spread that all out there, and take this out of the Ziploc. And there's your dough there. And we're going to put a little flour on top too. Okay, so now you're going to roll this from the center out and out and out. So we're going to roll this. Just kind of go at an angle like that. You want this about an eighth of an inch thick. So as soon as we roll this out, we're going to place that in the shell. See how easy that rolls? And just add maybe a touch more flour on there. Try to make this as round as you can. And we're about an eighth inch thick there or so. And just kind of put those together like that. Take your dough knife like this. Kind of go under that a little bit. Just so it doesn't stick. Maybe cut those edges like that. And then you're going to fold it. And fold it over like that. And then we're going to scrape this board off. Thank you very much. Take this, kind of spread it out, and then you can just mold it in this shell here like this. This crust is going to be so tender. And then take your sides, any extra you have, put right here like this, and just put it up in there. So we're going to take that and take your edges and form them around there. If you just bring it up to the sides and then press it down. Okay, you got that on the flat. Okay, there's my pie crust there. And what I'm going to do is take a pastry brush, put a little water around there so it helps stick that top pie shell. Okay, here's my pie crust, and now I've got some water in this bowl and my pastry brush. Just put a little water around the edge, just like this. You don't need much, just enough to moisten that so you can crimp that to the pie shell. There's those fresh berries and that juice. Jeff Al here. Just a note here, if you're using frozen berries, make sure you take about half that juice off there, otherwise your pie might be soupy, and we don't want soupy, do we? Okay, now I've got the pie crust, the top all on, and then I've crimped the sides of that there. And you want to put this on a sheet pan in the oven with a little bit of water in the bottom here at 350 degrees and check it. Once those berries start bubbling over, you can check the crust to make sure it's brown. And then what I do is I'll put a slice here, slice here, slice here, and a slice here for the top. And that way that'll give it a nice design when it comes out. And then what I do is I'll crimp these like this, put a finger in between each one, and crimp, crimp, crimp. See how I crimp there, crimp there, crimp there, crimp there, crimp there, to make it for design. I'll put water on the bottom here, and off in the oven it goes. Take a little water and I put on top of this. Just put a little water on there. And then we're going to put some sugar, some granulated sugar on top of this. Got my sugar over here. And I've got a fine mesh strainer. And I'm just going to take it and put that on there like that. And if it doesn't come out too good, dry that off. Just kind of spread that out a little bit. Got some sugar for the top of that pie. Okay, now in the oven at 350 degrees. vanilla ice cream with blackberry sauce. I can't wait for that pie to be done. So it's hurry up and wait. So we're gonna wait, and then we're gonna stick it in the refrigerator probably overnight, and then I'll slice it tomorrow, and we're gonna put a scoop of vanilla ice cream on that. Oh my God. Chef Al here. You know, there's nothing better than a slice of pie and a cup of coffee. So today we're gonna do Chef Al's coffee, healthy Chef Al's coffee. So let me show you how to do this. Okay, first I've got my Ninja right here, and we're gonna take our, we're gonna put our coffee right in here. Oh, listen to that. I love coffee. Okay, we're gonna set that down there, and this is what you're gonna wanna do. You're gonna put some protein powder in here. Oh my God, protein, oh my God. Creatine, oh my God. And a stick of grass-fed butter. Okay, here's my butter. Oh my God, butter in there? Can't believe that. Well, you're gonna love it. So I got that in there. Now we're gonna put it in the blender, and we're gonna blend it all up. Only blend that for 30 seconds. Okay, here we are, and I've got my cup here, and that A stands for Chef Al, and I'm gonna pour this in here. Salute. Look at that. And then what you want to do is put some cinnamon right on top of that. And swirl it around. Look at this. Salute. It's good stuff. You gotta try it.